Now, this is really, really karma at work. Um, some people that are just new to my channel, or people that have been on my channel, you'll see that I'm being trolled, harassed in a big major way. And all of it started by me feeling that my voice is being suppressed, that I'm not entitled to my opinion. Because I voiced my opinion, I ended up getting massively attacked. Now, the attacks were coming off of my channel. A lot of fake videos were being made about me. They're doing everything they possibly can to destroy my name, my reputation, which takes away my freedom of speech. So I've definitely took that little campaign to my channel so that they can see who they are. You'll see the threats that have been made, the threats of shutting down my channel, the threats of even anthrax was used, and they're trying to say that, oh, that was just a joke, or that was just a threat. You know, they're justifying their behaviors in the weirdest ways. I don't know why they think they can justify their behavior. A threat is a threat, and a threat is just as powerful as actually doing the action. And the only way that my channel has not been flagged is because I called them out. When you call people out on what their behaviors are, you do it with love, then that stops it, because they can't follow through on it, because you've now pointed it out that, hey, you're guilty of this. Now, the girl on, I don't even, let me see if I can pronounce it. temoinsgirl is one of the most abusive trolls that have been harassing my channel in the most offensive way possible. Now, I'm not in support that anybody goes and harasses her back, but one must think for a second that if you go to as much trouble to harass me, people that support me aren't going to exactly like that too much. So, then, anybody that supports me is going to be going over there and trashing her and harassing her and appear like trolling, and it's like, karma's a bitch. And we're not really seeing this circle, that it all started because the particular channel that I was in support of, I wasn't this guy's enemy. I was in support of, and the only question that I asked was, shouldn't we better define what human rights were? Because it was an important issue to me, and it appears that we really don't know what words on paper mean, because we're fighting for something, but we actually can't follow through. We can't act in our own lives according to, what's on a piece of paper. So, bringing up that conversation, I suppose, was a little offensive. And then I also brought up the topic of vaccines, because I come with a little bit of science. I've seen I've definitely seen how they're trying to kill a lot of people with vaccines instead of trying to solve a problem. It's a very complicated conversation to have. It's not going to be something you're going to get instantly, especially if your belief systems are set to believe one thing and somebody else brings more information to the table that goes against you. If you can't even have that conversation because you're going to trash somebody's name, I question that. There's something wrong with that. And so, yeah, bringing it to my channel, you can see that, like karma, I brought the trolling, the negative talk to me. I definitely attracted this negative experience that I'm having because I chose to speak for truth, and truth doesn't want to be told. And it's between each other. It's not necessarily there's big bad guys doing this to us. We're doing this to ourselves, and we can't really see that picture yet. Now, I don't mean this girl any harm, but I find it ironic that one of my best supporters is actually putting up a video in support of this other girl saying she's being really attacked. And it's like, have you kind of seen what's going on? Have you seen the videos this girl has been making of me? Can you not understand why she may be trolled? Not that I'm in support of it, but because I speak, because I have a voice, and because people tend to agree with my voice, they may be the ones that are guilty of it. So the trolling that's going on at her channel, although I don't agree with it, don't support it, want everybody to stop doing it, it's my channel that created it because of the level of attack she's put towards me. It's like she's getting the karma back. And my main point is we all need to sort of stop and have a peace table. There should be, if nobody wants to be trolled, if nobody wants to have all of these attacks, there should be at least a peace table to have a conversation about what the fuck is going on. Is this what we really want? Do we want fighting back and forth? Are you going to be bitching and complaining that you're being trolled and being attacked? I mean, you have to be one with that if you actually do that to other people. If this behavior is acceptable to you, then you've got to accept that, hey, people are going to do it back to me. Now, I do not troll. I don't think I do, but you know what? I probably am and don't know it. That's the friggin' insanity of what we're doing, is I can voice my opinion, and maybe my opinion is offensive to other people, but because my communication skills may not be the best yet, which I'm working hard, there's over 1,000 videos that are all designed to improve my own personal communication skills. I at least see where I'm going wrong. And one of the biggest things is always admit you're wrong. So there may be a chance that I go onto somebody's channel and I may be saying something offensive that goes against somebody else's opinion. And it's a matter of who's right and who's wrong. At this point in the game, we've been brainwashed to believe everything that's wrong is actually right. So it's like, you know what, the only way we're going to create a peace table is if everybody decides, okay, I could be wrong. If everybody decides, hey, I'm guilty of the same thing I complain about. Even me. I am human and I am participating in this game in one shape, one way or another. From my experiences, the big pill I had to swallow is all of the severe extreme abuse, which is real. You can't deny the abuse that I've had from my ex-husband. Physical and emotional damage has been done because of all of the crimes in our justice systems and our media, and there's a lot of lies going on that I had to do an awful lot of research to end up proving, is it me or is it them? And the pill that I had to swallow is I'm a participant in that game. I very much played a role in that. And most of it is, yeah, I spoke my truth, and the truth doesn't want out. And to the most part, you'll stop the abuse if you keep your mouth shut. And that's something that I happen to think is wrong. But we do need to learn how to communicate more, without offending somebody, without leading people to believe that you're against them. For instance, my ex-husband always thought that I was against him. Clearly, I didn't communicate effectively enough to say, I'm not your enemy. I'm not everything you fear, but I will defend myself. Clearly, I failed at being able to communicate that years ago. And clearly, if I even speak up and tell my story and tell my truth, that will be offensive to my ex-husband, the abuser. Just me calling him an abuser, I'm sure, is pretty offensive to him. But that is the truth from my perspective, and if he's willing to come to a peace table, then we need to improve on our communication skills and really find out what's true and what isn't true. So, karma is a bitch, but until we decide to sit and create a peace table, we'll never figure out what the hell we're doing. The level of science that I've found says everything you believe to be true is completely false. And you won't find out truth until you can be at a peace table by being peaceful and loving. Be the peace and be the love is not the answer. You have to be peaceful, you have to be loving, but you actually have to face the bear. You actually have to transform the problem into the solution. You can't meditate and go into your mind and think it's not there. You can't just be peaceful and be loving and think the evil of the world is just going to go away. You actually have to do some work. You actually have to transform everything that's negative into something that's positive. And all sides have to play in this game, not just one side. Every side of this has to participate in it. Otherwise, we're going for our own destruction. So it's up to you. Do we want war or do we want peace? You know, what is it that we're actually fighting for? Because at the end of the day, I can say without a doubt we all want the same thing. And what we want is freedom of speech. We're stopping ourselves from being able to have that freedom of speech, and we can't even see how we're doing it. So we need more information to be able to pull ourselves out of it. So like I say, I've got more than 1,000 videos that I'm trying to explain some of the deepest sciences that are explaining we're all fucking insane, and it's like as soon as you see your own insanity, you're cured. So it's like, do you want to be insane or sane? Because you actually have to sort of see your own reflection at who you judge. And it's best not to be judging people, because as soon as you make a judgment on anybody, then say that's what's inside me at all times. And there's no exception to that rule. Even I'm guilty of that. As soon as you judge somebody else, you're actually judging yourself. It's a wild, wild game that will fuck your mind up in so many ways you will never be able to comprehend. But it's a matter of, do you want to face the truth or do you want to go completely mad? And if we're going completely mad, you think we ain't going to destroy our planet? And go back and look at the Mayan calendar. Try and wrap your brain around that. 2012, we have the potential to, repeat the same cycle over and over again, or jump out of the cycle by recognizing the patterns in time. And we have 2 years to not make a mess of this. We have 2 years, which is plenty of time to solve problems. If we can step back and receive information and actually understand what's going on, not with a war and an anger and a fear mentality, but sit back and be peaceful and kind of, oh, really? Receive information. It's the only thing that's going to save you. Information will set you free, which is why freedom of speech is so important. But freedom of speech done in the wrong way can be our destruction as well. Every information needs to come out, but not through anger and fear and push that button when you find out, oh, this guy's going to kill me, let me kill him first. You'll destroy yourself in the process. Just some food for thought. Peace out.